Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to fix, well kind of, when you have malformed UVs, or how to make it look kinda correct. I'm saying kinda correct because this depends on how far from 0011 your UVs are. And unfortunately, the more farther away, the worse the final image will look like. So let's get started. So I have this mesh here, and this mesh has two inner meshes as well. So let's just bake it. So we have three textures here, and if I hit Bake Atlas, this is how it will look like. Of course, it doesn't look as we would like to, and if you can see in the console, we will get a warning that says that the UVs are malformed. So let's just open this mesh. Now let's select the mesh and let's go to the UV texture editor. Now as you guys can see, our UV coordinates are outside, way outside from the 0011 interval. So in order to fix this, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna resize all our UVs to fit the 0011 interval. But before we do this, we need to know by how many units we need to tile our texture inside Unity. And this value will be the largest number between the farthest away U coordinates versus V coordinates. So let's suppose I take this point, and this point is located at minus 3.0, 3.5. Now the farthest point from this one, which is the leftmost point on the U axis, will be this point, which is located at 4.0, 3.5. So the distance between these 2 points on the U-axis will be 4 minus 3, which will be 7, okay? So now let's measure it on the V-axis. So we have 3.5 minus 2.5, which will be 6. So the largest number between 6 and 7 will be 7. So that's the number that we need to tile our material inside Unity. So now that we know the number, we can just select all the UV coordinates and then just uniformly resize our mesh in order to fit the 0011 interval. And let's try to be as accurate as possible on the edges to fit and to not get out of the interval. Now after we have done this, let's just go and save the file and open it in Unity. And let's save it as UV fix. So now let's go to Unity. And here we have our UV fix file. So I'm just gonna place it next to this one. Don't worry, it will look like this, but we'll fix this in a minute. Let's just clear first the original file so it looks like how it should, and let's just align these two meshes, the original one and the fixed one, together. 0, and then this guy, so that's 0. Let's go where this guy is, and let's make it isometric, and I'm just gonna put this one, the original one, in here to the left, and the fixed one to the right. Now let's set the same number of materials that the original object has, which has 2. For the base has mat 1, and for the inner objects it has mat 2 in the fixed object. So let's just select the fixed material. Let's duplicate this one. Let's just call it mat 1 fix, and the second one mat 2 fix. And then let's just assign the mat 2 fix to these two inner game objects, which is going to be here. And finally, let's just set the texture to mat 2 fix to this. As you can see, the tiling is not correct, it's not the same. But remember, we calculated the farthest away U axis versus the V axis. So basically what we need to do is to set the tiling in here to 7 and 7, and the same for mat 1 fix, 7 and 7. Now as you can see, the tiling is exactly the same and our UVs are fixed. But there's a catch, and that's why I say at the very beginning of the video that it will kinda fix it. And let's check out what it is. So I'm just gonna go and click and add this selected object and its children, and I'm just gonna go check out this, and then I'm just gonna bake. And this is the end result. And why does this happen? Well, basically it's because as the material was tiled, the tool needs to programmatically unfold your tiles and copy your texture and tile it programmatically. And by doing that, we will have some precision loss. Plus the ending texture, the tile texture, is going to be resized. So that's why this happened. Now the best way to solve this is to create a tiled image of 7 by 7 on your preferred image editing software. Or another thing that you can do is just to go and edit your generated atlas and retouch it so it can look like the tiled original image. That's pretty much. It's not the best solution, but it gives way better results than malformed UVs that we have at the very beginning.